Feeling really Star Warsy today, wearing my Star Wars shirt, slit, got my lightsaber. Let's watch this video. This has nothing to do with it. Hey guys, it's Victoria, or the Smile Queen 98, and welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I'm going to do a video on advice on getting your first job or getting a job as a teenager because, as we all know, it's pretty difficult. In this video, I'm just going to give you some of my advice, my peers' advice, what I've learned on getting a job at a young age or just a job in general. These tips may not work for every company. I'm not saying that they're 100% going to give you a job. It's just my advice and my opinion on it. So if it doesn't work for you, sorry. This is just how I got my job, how people I know have gotten their jobs, and just little things here and there that actually do matter. So first off, when getting a job, you have to be yourself. And I know this is really cliche, everyone says it, but people are gonna know if you're not being who you truly are. It's just the way things work. So when you're applying, when you have an interview, whatever it may be, you need to be yourself 100%. Otherwise, they're not gonna know the real you. And when you start, they're gonna clearly figure out who you really are. And it could either be positive or negative. Depends on the company, depends what they're looking for. But you just need to be yourself because that's always 100% important in almost anything you do. Now, number 2, you have to let them know your good traits. We all have good ones, we all have bad ones, but your good ones, let them know what they are. If you're really good at multitasking, let them know. If you're really good at doing things fastly, let them know. If you're great with kids, if you've had experience in past jobs, let them know whatever it is you're good at, because those are the qualities they're going to look for to see what they can do with you, to see if you're right for the job, and to see if you're worth being hired or not. Number 3. So yes, we all have our great traits, but you also have your bad ones. So make it clear to them what your bad traits are, because in the long run it really will help you out, I feel, because they'll know what your weaknesses are, and when you start working and they see that you're not good at something like specific, like let's say you're really bad at multitasking, you let them know that you're not the best at it, that you're trying to improve, and they'll see once you start, if you get hired, that oh yes, they're not the best at this, but hopefully you'll be progressing while you're working there, and they'll see, okay, this person's worth keeping because they learn and they get better. Number 4, make it clear you're not a quote-unquote normal teenager, because I feel like a lot of adults think that teenagers are not capable of doing things, even though we are. We're just human beings. We're just not as experienced as them, obviously. But let them know that you're a hard worker, that you're willing to learn, that you're trying to do something great in the world, or whatever it may be. Like, let them know what it is that you want to do. And let them know that you're not just a couch potato and gonna sit on the couch all the time. Yes, you may like to watch TV, but that's not all you want to do. You want to work, make yourself some money, and start your life in that way to grow up to be an adult. That you don't just want to sit around all day, and that you actually do want to grow up. Number 5. So I know it's in my channel name, and I know it's something that, I don't know, I just feel it's very important in a lot of things. But just smile, because in an interview or when you're meeting a person, when you're handing in your application, whatever it may be, if you're smiling, they know that you can be a happy person, that you're positive, or that you're welcoming, because it's a great thing. Like, if you're walking down the street and if you see a stern face all the time, you're not really going to think much of that person. But if you see someone walking past you and they're smiling, like, it's going to make your day. So number 6, give them reasons why you want to work there. Because you want to make them feel important. Make them know that there's reasons why you want to work there, and not just so you can make money. Because that's honestly not the only reason you should be getting a job. Just let them know why. If it's the way they treat their customers, if it's the purpose of the company, if it's what they're selling, let them know. Because they could honestly just ask you, why not apply at such and such? Why here instead? You need to have a reason for it. And honestly, just think of something. There's gotta be a reason. If your only reason right now is just to make money, there has to be a reason why you like that company better than such and such. Number 7, just ask questions. This is one of the most important things in my opinion, is just to let them know that you're into the conversation or the interview, whatever it may be, ask them questions. So why is it like this in the company? How does it work if I need to trade a shift or if I need to ask off? Whatever your questions may be, just ask something at the end of your interview or during your interview to let them know you're involved and you're actually interested, because you don't want to just be sitting there listening to them talk the whole time and you're just replying to their answers. Get into it and involved. Very important. Ask questions. Number 8, let them know you're willing to learn. If you're not willing to learn, it's going to be really hard for you to find a job, because in a job, you're going to have to learn how to do things. You're not going to be comfortable with everything when you first start. It's not going to be as easy as ABC or 1, 2, 3. You're going to have to learn new things. So let them know that you're willing to learn, that you're willing to fail to get better, and that you know you will make mistakes, but you're willing to work towards getting better. Because if you're not, it's just really not going to work out very well for you, because there's nowhere you can go from if you think you already have it all figured out. Along with letting them know that you're willing to learn, let them know that you work hard, that you're a hard worker, because they don't want to hire somebody who's not going to be working hard unless your job is to sleep and them study your sleeping patterns. Like, they're going to want you to learn and they're going to want you to work, and you've got to be willing to work. Not like all the time unless you want to do full time, but you're willing to work hard and not give up. Number 9. So number 9 can make your life so much easier, and it really depends on your life and how things go for you, because not everyone has them, but connections. Connections will help you so much in getting a job, especially if you know them from that place. Like, you have references, you should have connections as well. If you don't, it's possible obviously to get a job, because not everyone has connections. But if you have people you know who know someone who worked there, or you know somebody who works there, or you have a friend who had passed who worked there and it went well for them, not badly, just try to get them to let them know, oh hey, my friend applied. Can you see if they're in the system, or whatever it may be, just to make sure that they know, oh okay, so you're a friend of such and such, and they are a hard worker, so that must mean their friend is too, or whatever the case may be. But having connections can save you so much. Number 10, I feel like this one can be one of the most important steps into applying for a job, is to follow up. When you turn in your application, call them, let them know a few days later, hey, I applied, do you have it? If they have it and you don't hear back from them, I would show up and I would go, because whenever you show up somewhere, it lets them know that you're really interested. Go up to the desk, hey, I applied, is my application here? Are you having interviews anytime soon? How's the process work? Let them know that you applied, and don't let them forget you. Call back. My second job that I had transferred to, I called so many times because I didn't want them to forget that I had applied, because there is a list this big of people who applied, and for them to see your name, it's going to be hard for them to recognize you right away. So if you keep following up, letting them know you exist, they're not going to forget who you are. While following up, don't be annoying. Like, only call once a week or show up when you can. Like, don't go repetitively like every day or call them all the time, because you don't want to be annoying, but do get their attention so that they don't forget who you are. An example, yesterday I was at work and I was taking someone's order, and they're like, hey, I applied here about a week ago, not the song, and I just wanted to see how the process worked, and I put a lot of depth into my application. I really want to work here. Just how does it work? Like, how do I get an interview, or what's the process? And then I asked if I could get a manager for her. I grabbed the manager for her, the hiring manager. They spoke right there and then. They set up an interview. She came in, she told them why she wants to work there. The hiring manager asked her a few questions. I did not hear those questions because I was not over with them, but they talked, and then she got an interview right there and then. They set the date, and then she's gonna come back whenever it was. But when you come in person, it lets them know you care, because so many people who apply for jobs, especially in the summer and as a teenager, because we're all trying to start making some money, and it's hard because there's a lot of people who are applying. So just make it obvious that you're there. Just show up and let them know, because that girl came in and she got an interview right there and then. So I highly suggest just going. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said in the beginning, this may not work for everyone. This is my advice. I am not an expert in any way. This is just how I feel on the subject and my opinions on it. So if you have any questions, you can comment below. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you in any way or you enjoyed it. And subscribe to my channel for more content. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. It was a great time. Bye.